So the Tory Lanez case and Megan Thee Stallion case is still going on. And lately what's going on right now is the Bodyguard who testified back in July that Tory apologized to him for shooting Megan is going missing. They're saying that he stopped cooperating with law enforcement this week. They don't know why he stopped cooperating. Now, this case has been taking a turn like a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster case. This case should have never happened, and I'm going to tell you why. I didn't go into it with the other Tory Lanez video with Megan Thee Stallion and jealousy and all that, because that was another narrative put out there that Kelsey and Meg had some type of crush on each other. Megan is bisexual, so we're not going to say that that's not true. That's some of the issues that came out in the case that made the case turn another different turn. So Kelsey right now is trying to protect her freedom because Tory Lanez's lawyer is trying to put it on Kelsey as the one shooting at Meg. Now, there is a lot of negative coverage with a lot of people dealing with Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of people don't like her. A lot of people don't like her music, so. And then the thing with Call Prophet and Rock Nation, it's a bunch of mess. I don't think she know what she done got herself into, because let's go to Florilla, having issues with her money and all these things with these guys who are funding her career. Megan Thee Stallion, her mother was a rapper. I have no idea what her mother taught her. No idea. I know she's a college graduate. Know that. But she had a very hard time when she lost her mother. So, and she bonded with Tory through that. Now, this is an astrological look at what is going on with these two people. Like I said, they should have never been in the same room with each other, because Leo men and Aquarius women, I don't know of a lot of stories with the relationship with a Leo and a Aquarius lasting very long. And if it does last long, it's probably their moons. But anyway, Megan Thee Stallion has a Leo moon. Tory Lanez is a Leo. And Tory Lanez has I forgot what his moon was, but Tory Lanez is a Leo. Now, Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, same situation. Toxic, domestic violence. Just terrible, cheating, all of that. So Megan Thee Stallion should have not been nowhere near Tory Lanez, because that's like putting two bombs together. This is energy we talk about. Now, when you look at the Leo men are, a lot of people call them alpha males, which means they're domineering. They want to be the leader of everything. They want to tell you what to do. They want you to do, everything that they want you to do. And they want you to obey. Aquarius woman dealing with that, it's not going to work, because she's going to rebel. Aquarius women and men are rebellious, and they are the bully's bully. So they should have never been in a relationship together. Not at all. But I do think that he was playing games with her, I think that he was acting like the puppet master because he had all these beautiful girls around him, which is what, Leo men like. They like beautiful women. They like to be around a lot of them. Look at Emi Udoka. He's a Leo. They are also serial daters, and they can be cheaters. And they will pull. They like to see women fight over them, too. So you got to watch that. So I wouldn't be surprised why the confrontation between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion happened, because Chelsea said that the fight started as soon as he started degrading them, trying to make Meg look bad to Kelsey so that a fight can start. Leo men are known for doing that shit. They will try to pit two women against each other, and you'll be fighting over him, not even understanding what the hell just happened. They're the puppet master. So you gotta watch that shit. You gotta watch, their mind games. You gotta watch that shit. And I'm not saying all Leo men are bad, but I ran into one or two. And the two that I ran into, no. I know a Leo guy, and the reason why I say Leos and Aquarius shouldn't be in the same relationship, because I have a friend that I grew up with. She's an Aquarius. She's an Aquarius woman, and her baby daddy is a Leo. And they could not get along to save their lives. They were always arguing. They got into a domestic violence situation. She ended up getting injured because her Leo boyfriend ended up putting his hands on her. So you got to watch that. Fire signs, you're playing with fire. So you got to watch what you're dealing with when you're dealing with these type of men. So, do I think Tory Lanez shot her? He could have, out of anger, but it has to be proven that he actually did shoot her. So that's one thing that I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is he has a propensity to do it, dealing with an Aquarius woman, you know what I'm saying, and they're arguing and fighting, yeah. And she's bigger than him, and he's threatened, yeah, he probably would. He probably would have the propensity to do that. Because Megan Thee Stallion has a Leo moon. So she probably would have did harm to him as well. Because Leo energy, like, you got to watch that. It's fire. Fire and air. Oh. But they say air signs are good for fire signs, but I don't know about the Aquarius woman and the Leo man. I don't think so. But anyway, Megan, all of her people who were with her in the beginning, they are abandoning her. And usually that's what happens when you're dealing with somebody who has connects, you know, and you're going against powerful men. You are going to have, especially with a Leo man, usually they have people who really, really, really care about them, and they call them people flying monkeys. They'll send their flying monkeys after you to tear you down and do this and do that to you, you know what I'm saying, just to get you back into, you know, the abuse that the dude is putting you through. So, got to be careful if you're an Aquarius woman and you come across a Leo man. You need to be very, very careful. You got to be very, very careful. But it nonetheless, what they're gonna have to prove, like, I was just looking up, what do you have to prove in a domestic violence situation to get, the charges or in front of a jury? And they say you don't have to have very much to prove that a person has been abused or in a domestic violence situation, or they're the victim. All they need is hospital records. They got hospital records of Megan getting the fragments of glass taken out her foot. That's one right there. They got testimonies from other people who corroborated that Tory did say and apologize for shooting her, but they don't have the evidence. So what they're trying to establish is whether her friends can corroborate the domestic violence situation, the incident, so they can document it and charge him. But things are just, it's like a roller coaster, because you can't get to the truth, because Chelsea is really trying to protect herself. Chelsea is also married to one of the executives of Megan's ex-label exec. She's married into the Carl Crawford empire. So Kelsey is basically has to do what her husband tells her to do. And they have a lawsuit against Megan. And Megan has a lawsuit against them because they're stopping her from dropping music. So Megan is in a bit of a pickle. And if she does get out of this, her career will be no more, because the backlash she's getting and facing, and a lot of the people are actually taking Tory's side. Like, I have no dog in the fight. I'm just trying to see who is the aggressor in the domestic violence situation. Who can we believe? Like, we look at Tory, he's a Leo. Leos can be violent if you catch them, and if you set them off, they can be. Because, like I said, I got a friend that has a Leo baby daddy, and his second wife, he shot her in the foot. And she went back to him. This is how domestic violence affects women. Like, if they subject themselves to it too much and they get injured, sometimes they'll go right back because of the brainwashing and the love bombing. So Megan, kind of like, the more that I read domestic violence and how she did this, when she was getting interviewed by the police, she didn't tell them, anything, because she probably didn't think of anything like she said. She thought about George Floyd, and she was actually thinking about his feelings and whether he got hurt and stuff. And she got hurt. So if she felt that he was trying to harm her, she should have been telling somebody in the beginning, which she probably wasn't, because she might not even know what domestic violence is. That's why a lot of women put up with it, because they don't know what the fuck it is. They don't know domestic violence is when a man is degrading you and threatening you, even though the shit don't happen, but he's still threatening you and hitting on you and shit. And y'all getting into arguments and stuff. It's no. So I think Megan, I don't know if the industry is bullying her or what. I don't know, but I just think that she might need to go on and quit. This is terrible. This is terrible. She needed an astrologer. And she need one right quick. She should have had one when she stepped up into the rap game. She should have had an astrologer, so she could have been seeing how her chemistry works with everybody else, because you will avoid these situations if you know what type of people you're dealing with. If you meet somebody and they're your friend, and you take their birth date and your birth date and you combine it together, and you see if whether you and that person get along. If the chart says y'all have a propensity not to get along, get into arguments and stuff like that, you might want to stay away from that person. And had Megan known this in the beginning, because rich people use astrologers. This is why the rich use astrologers, because they ain't got time to be losing money going to court. Look at Megan Thee Stallion. Look at Tory Lanez. Look at all that damn money they got to spend in trial. Lawyers. Megan barely selling albums. And then she got to fight Carl Crawford for her music. She can't even release music like that. So I don't know. Megan, I don't know. Can we say she being bullied? I think that she is. That's why she kept on taking that statement back and not giving the real statement of what happened. And then now you got Kelsey doing it. And like I said, Kelsey's married to one of the execs over at Carl Crawford's label. So she is not going to be loyal to Megan right now. It's not going to happen. And now the Bodyguard is not cooperating. So, in the black community, no snitching is the rule. So even if somebody's harming you, some people won't say nothing. And I don't know what Rock Nation is going to do with her right now, because I don't know. This is a shit show. And it should have never happened. So if you're a Leo man or Aquarius woman, get your charts done before you even come together, because that shit it's not gonna fly right. Not gonna work right. Look at Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, Aquarius and a Leo. Did not work. So that's what's going on with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know. Like, it's something just telling me that she is like dealing with a group of people who are like not interested in being her friend or making her life easy. So that's what I think. I'm on the verge of feeling sorry for her right now, because I'm like, damn, how the fuck did you get into this situation, girl? I'm like, girl, you need to be aware of who you're around. And then her behavior kind of contributed to it too, because like if you got an alcohol problem, that's another reason why you end up in domestic violence situation, because you can't control your alcohol. You can't control your behavior. And that's another issue. So with Megan, I don't know what to say, because her career came to a screeching fucking halt. And it's so confusing. But anyway, what Megan's team is trying to prove is that there is domestic violence. Whether Tory did it or not, he threatened her. And if people can say and corroborate and put on the record that he threatened her, now if the people come back and change it, then the judge might be able to throw those things out, because the people are not reliable. But the way that she was not wanting to tell on him in the beginning, usually women who are dealing with some type of domestic violence situation, they don't want to tell on the person that's abusing them. And usually women are the highest in statistics to be subject to abuse, and they also are addicted to abuse according to statistics. So that's why they say don't stay in an abusive relationship, because it becomes addictive, like alcohol and drugs. So I don't know what to say about Megan Thee Stallion. I just say, girl, next time get you an astrologer. Matter of fact, get you an astrologer right now for you and Party, because Party about to go upside your head too, probably after a while, child. Because he embarrassed. He was going after all kinds of people because of you, and he's trying to defend you. For those who thought that the court was not going to use her sexual history against her, you a damn fool for that. For not thinking that that was not going to happen. They used men's sexual history. Look what they did to R. Kelly. They used his sexual history on his ass. Aaliyah, who else? His wife, some other lady, some young girl. Like, they used his sexual history against him. So for those who thought that that wasn't going to happen, you must be crazy. They're trying to make you look bad. The defense is going to do all they can to make you look like a liar. So I'm still kind of scared for Tory, because all of the people around her did document that he said that he threatened her. He was going to shoot her. He threatened Kelsey to beat her ass. And I'm like, with domestic violence, all they need is very little evidence. They got to have a threat and a police report. They have a police report where a person is getting glass taken out of their foot. So I don't know. You got to have the evidence, though. And the evidence is kind of sketchy. But in domestic violence, you really don't need much. So if they can persuade the jury that there is a hospital report, she had glass taken on her foot, somebody fired a gun, they don't know who, they're going to look at the person with the background. And this works against black men every time. When you get your ass in trouble and you have a background, and they catch up with your ass, and you get accused of something, and that shit's still in your background, they're going to use that for a motive in another case, because they're going to say you have evidence of behavior that continues to go on. This is why a lot of black men need to get rid of that goddamn rap music, get rid of that shit, because that shit is putting you in a situation you don't want to be in. And then like the no snitching, look at Quavo. Quavo's still not cooperating with the police because he doesn't want to look like a snitch. Even though the shooter is saying it was self-defense. So I don't. This is crazy. But I'm going to keep reporting on the Megan Thee Stallion case. Hopefully we figure out what happened and who, what, when, where, and how. Because nobody's telling who shot who did what. But in a domestic violence case, you don't need very much. All you need is a police report and like cuts, bruises, and you need to prove that other people around the victim heard or seen that the aggressor threatened or said something threatening to her. And that's it. So I'm still a little bit shaky about Tory Lanez. I don't know, he might get something. I don't know. He might get something pertaining to domestic violence. Because also in domestic violence case, they have to prove that an argument ensued. An argument did ensue. Everybody was arguing in the car. That's why they calling it domestic violence. So if an argument breaks out and y'all get into some tussle, that's what it is. Domestic violence. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the Long Beach. Have a great day.